Now you will listen the special update in English.
Brutal and trigger-happy Indian troops in their fresh acts of state terrorism martyred 5 more Kashmiri youth in 2 different areas of Shopian district today, raising the toll to 7 in the past 48 hours in the occupied territory. The troops, during violent cordon and search operations, killed 3 youth in Tulran and 2 in Feripura areas of the district. The charred bodies of 3 of the youth were recovered after the troops blasted houses with chemical weapons in Tulran. The troops looted and plundered valuables besides harassing locals. On Monday, 2 youth were killed, 1 each in Islamabad and Bandipora districts. The Hurriyat conference, while terming the fresh killings of Kashmiri youth as sheer frustration and failure of India to suppress the freedom sentiments and resistance of Kashmiri people, has said that Modi government tries to impose a military solution to Kashmir issue, rather realizing it being purely a political issue which can be resolved peacefully through a free and fair plebiscite in accordance with the United Nations Security Council resolutions. The APHC spokesman, in a statement issued in Srinagar, paid rich tributes to the Shopian martyrs and reiterated the resolve of not letting the blood of martyrs go waste. The spokesman also hailed the resolutions submitted to the Swedish Parliament on peaceful settlement of the Kashmir dispute and recognition of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir as the highest militarized zone of the world. Meanwhile, the Hurriyat spokesman reiterated his appeal for the observance of complete shutdown and civil curfew on Friday against widespread genocide, mass arrests and registration of fake cases against detained Hurriyat leaders and activists including Asia Indrabi under draconian laws by Modi regime. He said a fictitious charge sheet has been lodged out of a deep-rooted conspiracy to execute judicial murder of Asia Indrabi and other Hurriyat leaders like Muhammad Maqbool Butt and Muhammad Afzal Guru. The sleuths of India's infamous National Investigation Agency, backed by army and police, launched brutal raids in 16 different areas in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Significantly, over 1,000 youth have been arrested during house raids by Indian troops and personnel of paramilitary forces and police in the past few days in the occupied territory. Hurriyat leaders and organizations including Bilal Ahmed Siddiqui, Khaja Firdaus Ahmed, Abdus Samad Inqilabi, Jammu and Kashmir People's League and Jammu and Kashmir Political Resistance Movement in their statements in Srinagar said that New Delhi has turned the occupied territory into a new Nazi concentration camp where people are brutalized by mighty Indian occupation forces. PDP President Mehbooba Mufti, addressing a party convention at Dag Bangla in Kashtawar, called for a united struggle to seek the restoration of Article 370 and the resolution of the Kashmir dispute. Congress activists held a protest sit-in outside Governor House in Jammu, seeking dismissal of Indian Minister Ajay Mishra for involvement of his son in recent killing of 8 farmers in Lakhimpur, Uttar Pradesh. On completion of 800 days of India-imposed military siege and communication blackout in the occupied territory, a protest demonstration was held outside Press Club in Muzaffarabad, Azad Kashmir today. The event was organized by Pasbani Hurriyat, Jammu and Kashmir.